This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Welcome to the program Issues. Yes, I want to believe that the day has been very good for you, and we thank God is alive. And I want to know I know who are risky. I am an iconic fine when I in the area, I'm not going to know. We live I am over the way them I'm going to put the bomb mother. You know, and go as talent. We say go to the world and make it a good place to live in. And therefore, in this edition, we are looking at Nigeria democracy. The day 29th May has been celebrated as Nigeria's Democracy Day. But a few weeks ago, President Muhammadu Buhari proposed the change of the date on behalf of the federal government to move to June 12th. Of course, remember, back in 1993, June 12th is synonymous with the election and botched presidency of late MKO Abiola. Issues have been known and all of that. And so propositions have been made, people have been agitating and making suggestions what should be and what not should be. And therefore, somehow, the federal government has decided to declare June 12th Democracy Day for Nigeria. The question is, what happens to 29th May? And how do we blend all of this and move on as a nation? Of course, the National Assembly has given note to this. And so what we're talking about here is how to make Nigeria work better. That's the issue in this edition of Issues. Yours truly instead of Don Onyenji here. We have three gentlemen in the studios who are going to discuss this matter and their grounds and best. Let me welcome to our studios Reverend Canon Jason Oze Onyakabusi. Canon Onyakabusi is a barrister or lawyer, and is also the vicar of St. John's Anglican Church Abagana. And he's also the administrative secretary of St. Jude, the non-governmental organization now sponsor this program. He's appearing for the first time.
No, thank you very much. God bless you, viewers and our listeners.
You're welcome, sir. Another catch here is a professor of political science at the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University, Ibadan, and I'm talking about the man of the political department of the University of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu. Professor Chuba is here in our studios. Chuba, you're welcome to our studios.
Thank you, viewers, and thank you, moderator, for having me.
Yes. Yet again, we have another university don, Professor Jaja Nwanego. I call him a comrade because he was also chairman of ASU at a time at the COE. Today he is of the Federal University of Wukare, Taraba State. Okay? Yes, and is also a professor of political science. No.
Thank you very much. I'm also currently with Namdas University and sabbatical.
Yes, he's doing.
So I'm at home.
Yes, he's doing sabbatical at the Namdas University. Sabbatical, when look at one day and the university. Another that's the mother gets sabbatical. Ojebe University also, Madam also, Jeba, and Kusukan, not Bahari, and Jos, and Apan Katapa, go and Maloka, also, look where was the university, no, my very You're welcome, gentlemen. Yes. I had a English Igbo. I now Subi Igbo, now Igbo. Mana twice where has this year go when pota and the Bible find it. Makana nature asomanu ko Igbo so koloja ike ba wande ai na gba awataro abona aya na eme egwu agbara ogba kama na ya sweet as wa go nya Igbo abona ya ti Igbo etu ibe go we dari kweti ama no ngota ibe nne kan bido na canon no go no kare mun seba democracy day kedi for pota na Nigeria ka bido go eba maka bido na democracy day we choba sie ebe ya ba ko iri isi whether no 29th May or June 12th. Yes.
Democracy Day in Nigeria is a very big day. I think it was the government of Olusegun Obasanjo who declared May 29th the public holiday in the first instance at his inauguration. And it became a turning point in the history of this nation. And from that day on, our democracy has been growing. We've been seeing the ups and downs. It's been rough, it's been smooth, and we've seen it all. And recently they said it's now June 12th. And June 12th is also another day in the history of Nigeria when we talk about the struggles of Abiola in 1993, the Nadeko group, all the pro-democracy groups that fought for enthronement of democracy. Even though it didn't, it was annulled, but we thank God for the resurrection. Let me use that word, resurrection, the power and eventual passing into law that June 12th now becomes our democracy day. What is important is not necessarily the day we celebrate democracy, but how far democracy is rooted and enrooted, and how far dividends of democracy have been is given to the people. Let me stop there.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Professor Chubeze, would you endorse Democracy Day as a day Nigerians should mark and then take in whatever comes with it?
Thank you, moderator. There's no way we can do justice to this topic without doing some theological discourses. First of all, we should begin now to understand actually what do we mean by democracy. And when we talk about democracy, we look at that freedom, the metropolitan instinct embedded in it. When we talk about democracy, we talk about government of the people. And so, the true essence of democracy is embedded in metropolitan rule. And it carries along with it the freedom. It becomes government becomes people's government. And so, Nigeria has been tinkering with the word democracy. It has been very tortuous and experimental, especially since its recognition as the best form of government, particularly America and the West and the Bretton Woods. However, the journey has been so tortuous for the country. Whether it is May 29th or June 12th, the issue here is that the challenge of democracy is staring on our face.
Yes.
And then, what we are trying to celebrate is not the day, but democratic content. Let me stop so far.
Okay. Democratic content, indeed, yes. Judge Awanego, yes, taking all of this, democratic content, the essence of Democracy Day, and justification of it.
Okay. Well, as a matter of fact, actually, just as my colleagues have said, the country struggled for a very long time. And when eventually on May 29th, the new government was inaugurated, emanating from the people's choice in the electoral poll, it became quite acceptable that when Obasanjo came in a year after that, he made that day a national holiday. Indeed, when again the change in day came, I took time to think about it. And like I said, that is not really about that day. It is essentially about what that day represents. Democracy represents two major things: voice, people's voice, their opinions, their input, their contributions. The second one is choice, people choosing. Alright? Now, May 29th is a day that the first civilian government under this republic was inaugurated. And remember that day, all the governors of 36 states and the president of the Federal Government of Nigeria, they were all sworn in one day.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, between that period and now, we have more than 10 different swearing-in days now for principal executives of different levels of government. The president still retained the May 29th date. The governor of Anambra State has a different date. The governor of Edo State has a different date. That of Kogi State, Bayelsa, Ekiti State, and it's going that day is becoming perhaps per day very unrepresentative of that which it represented at the beginning of the declaration of the day. Indeed, that now brought in the June 12th, which, like Anna said, is that day was a symbol of Nigerians' struggle for democratic governance. It was like it served for quite a long time the beacon of light where Nigerians look up to see democracy. And it does appear actually that the National Assembly is beginning to revolve around that day for their inauguration. You can see, I think Anambra State is going in on 8th. Other ones are going on this National Assembly. So they're all revolving around that June period, June activities, that I think, in my own little sense, that indeed what June 12 represents may stand more for what can be called democracy than what May 29th represents. And I think I can stop this.
Okay, perhaps because we've shifted, not all the states, experience handover on 29th now.
Yes.
But June 12th can be a rallying point, yes, where everybody can key in as a major day in Nigeria's political life. Fine. We are also into the issue of the content, actually. How have we journeyed to get to June 12th? Are we just celebrating June 12th? Or are we taking in those activities, those issues that gave June 12 a name, an essence in our history? Something happened. That was election. People elected, voted massively, mobilized. They went to the polls, and then they were watching the results being called, announced by our own son, Professor Omofowosu. And at a point, directive was said to have been given, and all of that. And since then, Abiola's death and his wife Kudirat, and a lot of things, people were caught in the fireworks. Now, we have had elections since then. Does June 12 give us some lessons since then? What I mean here is, today and pre-June 12, can we say that we have arrived? We have improved. Okay, Professor Chuba.
Moderator, I think the question is very thought-provoking and very incisive as well as challenging. First and foremost, I will say that most of it happened on June 12 historically. But let us try down to know the political appetite of the Nigerians pre-June 12. Remember, before June 12, there was a mass yearning for democracy. at the Nigerian people, following from the shortcomings from military dictatorship. So many things were getting out of hand under the watchful eye of the military. The Bolivian regime was not helping matters. We know where the regime was driving the country to. And then, within that space, any invitation, any kind of an expanded scope for governance was the desire of the people. Remember the first little test came in 1979. Shagari had the first shot. Is that okay? Yes. 83. That was truncated. We entered into the military era again. And it was a protracted period before 1992. Then Babangida came up with the two political frameworks of SDP and NRC. Within that scope, the Nigerian environment and masses were very fertile for democracy because the spirit was very high. And they did much to corridor democracy within the terrain of success. That was the mass spirit that was surrendered to democracy was very overwhelming. Remember also that within the context of NRC and SDP, Abiola happens also to have fallen into it, which another person could have had, because the just conversion of SDP was contested between Abiola, Kingibe, and then Atiku. NRC was Tofa.
Yes.
Yet the just conversion produced Abiola at the flag of SDP.
Yes.
And they went into that election. And so the fallout from the election and the spirit of patriotism that drove Nigerians to patronize that particular transition title was very overwhelming. It was very unique. And then the electoral empire did a very good job under the watchful eye of Professor Mofu. So it was a very clear, fertilized the ground for the germination of a very good democracy for Nigeria.
Option A4.
Option A4. It will work successfully well, only to be truncated. So quite a number of people were at ease with such truncation. So it was this kind of a spirit of unity that echoed, and so it happened that way. The issue here is that we seem to have lost a very vital point. The lessons inherent in June 12 is not all about the death of Abiola, but it should be about, in fact, that democratic spirit, the enterprise, that struggle to usher in that kind of the true democracy. Where is it? It is still, in fact, not yet at Uhuru, because we seem not to have learned anything. So that's why even recognition of a date is a mere figure. It doesn't make any sense to me. What we should recognize essentially is the democratic content. Have we now attained, or are we closer to at least a democratic culture that is going somewhere, heading for somewhere, and that we cannot repeat the mistake of the past again? But what we are seeing here is worse than even a democracy, and is a logjam for the country. It is a terrible situation, and I don't believe that the country will have not got it right as things stand right now.
All right. Thank you very much.
Can I make one little?
Yes, please.
Let me hide under the shoulder of the giant to really talk into this particular question. I found it quite insightful. It is pre-June 12 and now. Pre-June 12, the country needed democracy. At the June 12 period, the country voted for democratic leadership. Within the period of June 12 struggle, the country galvanized themselves and fought and struggled for democracy. Now, that democratic spirit, which ordinarily ought to have been a process, a developmental process, has stopped. Bringing in the June 12 date to serve as a democracy day I think I would like to liken it, sorry to move into the area of theology.
Right.
The beacon of light that was given to the Israelites by God, that was leading them in the day and on the ground in the night, to me it was also quite a symbol. God, even if they had closed their eyes, could have still led them. But God gave them that light to look up to something, to guide them as they move, to give them light to move. And I want to liken that to the declaration of June 12 as a democracy. Perhaps, if that is what Nigerians say in it, I do know that that might not be what they saw in it. But for us now, let us place June 12 as a beacon of light. So it will remind us morning, afternoon, night, that democracy is all about struggle. Democracy is not all about imagination. Bloods were used to shock the block wall of American democracy. The human flesh was used to lay the foundation of the French democracy, not the revolution. Every democratic success in the world was marked by struggle, contest, bloodshed, and slashing of human flesh. In ours, we don't pray for that.
Yes.
We can look at the Democracy Day and remind ourselves that some Nigerians have actually also shed their blood. The contest of the June 12th election, Abiola died. When we talk about Abiola, many others died, including his wife. Hells were let loose. The Igbos all went out from Lagos on the very popular Osa Abiola. And many died on the way coming, going, businesses were destroyed. That if we let this struggle die, we need to pass through this road again to get to where we are.
Okay, thank you very much. Professor Chuba, what is wrong with option F4? What is option F4? I mean, what is option F4? I go when they are not option F4.
So you put what is wrong with it?
Yes.
First and foremost,
That's why we work out. I got against him man on mathematics.
option A4 when ngasukwana oyibo swani
Ngwasuma mara ko su pe ma go you go that option.
a democratic process. Usoro ga-atụnye aka of most voter. Wee tụọ eme election 1993 ọwọ ka a na-akụ n'ahịrị agụcha a na-ebe n'ihu onye ọbụla edebeghị ya ọka abụrụ na-aga n'azụ ede ọ bụrụ nke gị ga-ebie onye ọbụla nọ na line a ga-akụgụ n'ọnụ and it solved a lot of problems because I believe that after that one other African country commissioned for some of those to come and conduct their own election using option A4. Before I do this, I think I will remember that. Of course, the utility of option A4 was demonstrated in its capacity, the potency to have produced an unassailable result of monumental acceptance by Nigerians. You know, so one of the callers here saying that yes, actually that result remained unpronounced because you know when we talk about Abiola, we talk about the adjourned winner, the acclaimed winner. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So because that result remained inconclusive, even though from evidences and records there. It delivered and manifested a true lead.
So you're saying that
it was a good stepping stone.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on. Can we even politicians or political leaders say we use option F4? You don't know only national election, but all the man support here and they are to the Apollo. Agbo ofu ewa eto ena ise onye ọbụla bido ekwu chacha eje gbuo nke onye isi onye agbanyere bribe ọ pụtara na ọnwa nwere eri ọfịa
ihe m na-ekwu bụ na option A4 amaka just like Prof said
yes
ọ dị economically cheap enwere okwu card reader failure charging of this no ballot paper ballot paper dị ya all the mmadụ ekwu n'ahịrị ịda election ịfụna ịdara iwu ndị ọnụ ọgwụgwe ndị akwụchara akwado n'ebe ahụ nwụrụ ọgwụgwe ndị nwụrụ na ya ọbụrụ maka ọdịnọ ndị kesị ndị mmadụ ego fanalụfe ego rue mbọsị a rapụ ya so ya na nwunye ya na ụmụ ya kwuru jekwuru onye ọzọ isi ebe a bụpụ ozu ka mgbede akwa na-abụ so ife a na-ekwu bụ na the political class ndị nọ na ezu okwe ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị fụ na emebe option A4 n'oge anya oge maka na ọ bụrụ na ife daa bụ ọbara onye aghụghọ and aka ụtụ onye aghụghọ aka ọkpọ so n'ibe a na-ekwu bụ na ọ bụrụ na emebere nsogbu anyị ga-anọ n'ime ebe ama anapụta ndị aghụghọ na ndị ọjọọ ama apụpụta ịzọ election because it is very clear when you talk about transparency. Yes. Option A4 clearly demonstrated and personified transparency in our electoral processes.
Yes. Jaja Wanego.
Well, even the natural.
See, na kona
was na dintas na lekan tiyo na ya febe dinta babato ya to option A4 our was here even though like he said when the again I fly na that can go yeti babo na that line na 1 10 20 21 70 700 but when one can just increase it and I want to tell you sir not now try also that workshop engine brew that process would have had another very perfectly skilled counter workshop that would have messed up the process. So what if I do now? Abraham as an where I go, now get the bad about it. Come on, my children more than this population. And we are really good at another.
Okay, I understand. I know that.
You know what we are talking about? We are examining option A4 within the period.
Yes.
It worked. It worked. Very okay. I don't think if you should factor in A4 in Nigeria today, given even the size, and then in fact, given all other democratic variables,
okay,
that will work the way it works.
Population million. All right. I have ekwubu na ya akpa maka kedu ife president of Nigeria na other governors as we are in na June na 29th May celebrate here na June 12 mana because at the time address maybe next week I akpazie ife a na-atụ anya ka esi na akafagasi ife a agba ndị a na-achị ha ndịgasị over anyị na-ekene Reverend Canon Barrister Jason Oze Onyakabusi. For coming, sir.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, listeners and viewers.
Yes. I am Professor Chuba Eze of the Political Department of Chukwuemeka University. For coming, sir.
Thank you, moderator, and thank you for being there for us.
And of course, I want to thank Professor Jaja Wanebo of Federal University Wukari, Taraba State. For coming, sir.
It's my pleasure. I can't stop being happy coming here.
Thank you. I'm Don Onyenji. We will return same time, same station next week. Bye for now.